Wait, wait. Hello. I want to tell you hello. What is happening? I have no idea what's happening. Oh my god, I don't know. Maximize. Yeah. There you go. There I am. Welcome to the party pack. We're here on family time. Wait, no, we're not. Because I forgot what I was doing. What am I doing? I am doing this. And I am. Wait, what am I doing? This one. No. Okay. Wait. We know what we're doing. Yeah. No. Now we know what we're doing. Yeah, we know what's happening. Because we're good at. Oh, we're terrible at life. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh, yeah, that's what we're doing. We know what the fuck is going on. Okay, there we go. Now we are waiting for people because we're doing a good job at doing nothing. We are the arbiters of nothing doing, or at least I am the arbiter of nothing doing. Wait. I'm trying to get things organized to where I know what the fuck is happening. Okay. Now, yes. Now we can do it. Now we're just waiting on people to show up. I thought this would be a good time that people would show up. But I don't know. Maybe it's too late in the evening. But then there's other people that don't show up till like 10:30. Hmm. Am I watching Johnny Depp by myself? I don't want to watch Johnny Depp by myself. I mean, as entertaining as it is, I don't want to watch it by myself. It's not entertaining by yourself. And there's nobody to talk to. Like right now, nobody to talk to. We're 5 minutes into this with no one to talk to. Ah, where's my cousins at? My cousins usually show up. I thought he asked me when I was doing this. I don't know. I thought he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Hello, cousin. We're saying hello. All right. Now, is there chat? There is chat. Okay. Can we still switch this over? Oh, we can. Cool. Did you see that? I'm super smart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But I do know I'm ready to smoke some weed and watch some Johnny Depp. Now we're just waiting on Feather, Jasmine, Muddy, Twist, and Trolls. Did I tell you I think they subscribed to my YouTube yesterday? So now I'm two-time, 271 subscriber count because I'm fucking amazing. Even trolls love me. It's cool. Okay. I don't know. We're 7 minutes into this. My legs are killing me. Did a few. See, why do you do that much stuff? That's ridiculous. You're not supposed to do that many. But I got to get in shape somehow. Not overdoing it. If you overdo it, you're only going to hurt yourself. Look what happened to Lex Luger. And if you don't know what happened to Lex Luger, you should look into it. He can almost walk. He can almost walk. Hey, Feather! I was waiting for you. Well, I'm waiting for a lot of people. You want to hit this joint with me, Feather? Ricky, you want to hit it with me? And are you smoking Poison Pecker without me? I saw how big that thing is. Are you at least saving me that piece? Drunken wizard. I was wondering where you were. Do you want to hit this joint with me, you beautiful ladies? Man, I'm so happy to see you. Now we're missing Jasmine and Muddy. Weirdos unite indeed. The party pen is overflowing with beautiful things right now. All right. Feather, are you hitting this with me too? I forgot if you're a stoner or not. If you're not a stoner, I got a cigarette. Oh, and hold on. I wanted to show you guys my mega pint of coffee. Swear to God, it's a mega pint. This fucking cup weighs like 13 pounds. And then, fool, it weighs like 20 pounds. This motherfucking thing is so heavy. It's my Johnny Depp mega pint. I bought it a week before he even testified. It was the craziest thing because when Rotten Bottom was like, it was a mega pint, I'm like, hey, I got one of those. I paid $1 for it at the Salvation Army. Yeah, I know, but don't smoke it without me, dude. All right, here we go. I hope Muddy and Jasmine show up because this is the beginning of a new court date. I just don't remember which one. Hold on, we'll look. Uh, wait. Why isn't it working? Oh, is it because I don't know why. Okay. It's Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, trial day 4. It's Sean Brett, private security for Johnny Depp. Okay. Yes, everyone hit the like and subscribe. Thank you for joining. This is Johnny Depp trial day 4. It's the private security for Johnny Depp. And um this is Johnny Depp's case right at this moment. So Johnny Depp's team is going first. Okay, hold on. We're going to speed this up before we do anything, right? Okay. We turned it all the way up, right? Yep. Okay. Oh, Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean. He's Captain Jack Sparrow. No, you would know him. Edward Scissorhand, Captain Jack Sparrow, Gilbert Grape. Um, man, there's tons of shit. Oh, and he was Benny and Benny and June.
And Lloyd, and I know he wanted us to tell them to you now.
Okay, here we go. Oh, and the Sweeney Todd.
All right. Anything else preliminary?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we're good? We're ready for the jury? All right, let's bring the jury out. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. So Dr. Kipper is going to be.
Oh, yes, Dr. Kipper is the last hour.
We had some agreement, we've had agreements on exhibits, quote him and Lloyd, and
Okay.
I know he wanted us to tell them to you now, because then they're going to be played. We're agreeing that the ones we have agreements on will
Okay.
be shown.
Do you want to wait for the jury, and then you can enter those into evidence? Is that okay? You enter those exhibits into evidence when the jury comes out? Does that sound all right?
That's fine for me.
That works? Okay, that works. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of that because I quit watching TV. I don't watch TV at all. I watch YouTube, mostly true crime and trials. Actually, I watch trials a lot. I think I'm a lawyer. My schedule, I want to tell you. I really want to do my Bible stuff in the morning. And I wouldn't mind doing the trial stuff at like 9:30 because at 9 o'clock I gotta take my medicine and call my dad and feed the raccoons. So 9:30 is the best time for that. But my Bible stuff I want to do in the morning, but most of my followers are night people or midday people. I And I post my raccoon videos on Sunday. I post a raccoon video on Sunday. I thought that's the best time. But I really would like to do my Bible videos in the morning. That they've always been in the morning but since I've been live streaming, I've had to change the time a couple times. I'm not exactly sure, but I know people that watch me are evening people. The crime stuff is mostly for family. But, well, I thought it would be a good way to spend time with my family and with you guys. I thought, sit around the TV and talk shit is mostly what I thought that it could be. But I really I wanted to be a thing that everybody you can talk shit about the people we're watching, or not talk shit about each other, but to talk shit about the TV. I thought it would be cool.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
I forgot about the Jack Ripper movie. Oh yeah, he was real good in that movie.
Mr. Nadelhoff, did you have, ladies and gentlemen, you might remember we're in the middle of Dr. Kipper's testimony per deposition, but I think there's some exhibits that need to be moved in.
Thank you, Your Honor. The parties discussed over the weekend, and we have agreement as the plaintiffs' exhibits 41, 42, 47, 48, and 49 of plaintiffs' exhibits. I do believe that there are some slight redactions that I think they have copies of that they can provide to you. And then we also have defendants 1063, which is redacted, and I can provide you a copy, and they also have the redactions.
Okay.
Same for defendants 283, defendants 405, defendants 455, defendants 304, defendants 307, and in addition,
Oop, it's almost time for the cats to come in, so Dustin might yell a little bit. But the cat's got to come in for the night.
395 and 414 will come in without any redactions, but I can provide you copies of the ones.
The raccoons are my spirit animal. They adopted me. I didn't even adopt them. They just came to me. It was really cool. And now I've been feeding them. This is the second year. And they come like crazy.
That we.
All right. And have you already done the redactions, or are you still working on it?
And the talkover is Miss Muddy's idea. No, God, no. I went to prison. Before I got attacked, I had been out of prison, 6 years? 5. Dustin said about 6 years. Yeah, raccoons are my spirit animal. They are the best spirit animal. It's when an an unexpected animal comes to your rescue. It comes when you're really lonely and lonesome. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was right after you were born I got out of prison. Yep. We're so cool, Ricky. I'm such a Gibson. Have a good time.
On redactions.
Your Honor, we have agreed on the redactions except for one document, which we will
Okay.
address.
And now 42, I already have in evidence. I was just waiting for redactions for that one, so we're still waiting for redactions for that one, correct? Or do you have that for me?
So 42 is,
Okay.
I believe, defendants.
Defendants 42.
Oh, I think we decided we agreed for that one that there would be no redactions.
Plaintiffs 42?
Sorry, plaintiffs 42. We agreed
redactions.
after discussion that there would be no redactions.
Okay, gotcha.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, so all those.
And if anybody's got any questions for your super sage, I will be glad to answer it, because I think this is still the way boring part. So we can talk through this.
Those are entered into evidence, is that correct, with the redactions that you've agreed upon?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so there's no objection?
And there's no objection.
Okay.
If I may, did you address ours?
I think I addressed yours. But,
All right.
and we can provide you. So they have the electronic copies, which are going to be shown while the deposition is being played, and we can provide you copies. I can provide you copies now of the redacted
Right,
ones.
if they're redacted ones, I need copies. If they're not redacted, I have them.
Right.
So
Okay.
yes, okay, that'll be fine.
You're not very much of a Gibson, Ricky, so I think you'll be okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. All right, I think we're ready. Thank you.
If I may, just before we begin, Your Honor.
Okay,
Just as an explanation for the jury, what you have seen from Dr. Kipper up until this point has been Ms. Hurd's counsel examining him. At some point, it'll switch over and it'll be Mr. Depp's counsel examining him.
all right, thank you.
Mr. Depp informing you that he was upset with Dr. Cowan.
Yes, I remember clearly that he was upset with Dr. Cowan at a certain point.
You know, do you recall this text message from
And honey badgers are something else.
Mr. Depp that I just read to you?
Yes, in reading it, I do.
Okay. And then,
Well, honey badgers are nice until you fuck with them.
Mr. Depp wrote to you again on July 5th, 2015, and said, "You're a great man and a great friend. As much as I would love to see you, be a waste of your time, I've just got quite a lot going on with business stuff, my Keith film, and some Amber issues, By the way, I'll try not to be too subtle about this, Cowan should be stripped of his license to practice his supposed profession, And then he should be stripped and spray painted whilst handcuffed to a stop sign. 3 exclamation points. He is at best a fraudulent, irresponsible turd of monumental..."
Yeah. So you should be okay, Michael.
"proportions." 3 exclamation points. I love you, Johnny. Recall this text message from Mr. Depp?
I mean, Ricky. Sorry, Michael's on my mind, but I mean Ricky.
Again, I do upon reading this. I don't remember all the specific messages I got from him, but I certainly remember the gestalt of his feelings.
Okay. And do you continue to work with Dr. Cowan? Do you continue to refer patients to Dr. Cowan? Let me ask it differently.
Yes. I have great respect for Dr. Cowan.
And Mr. Depp sent you another text message on July 24th, 2015 that says, "Hey, dear pal, Amber is happy with Cowan,
I love y'all too, you beautiful ass people. Do you got a question for me, Sage? No. Do you got a question for your sage, drunken wizard?
I just don't know what truth he gets, and I don't know what his manners and strengths are, I think she listens to him because when we argue, she slathers me up in those condescending psychiatric trophy lines like, Your fear is so visible, What are you scared of, 3 exclamation points. Why are you letting your fear and your ego control your life, etc., Hippie shit, Makes me want to rampage against anyone, all capitals, wearing Birkenstocks, 3 exclamation points. Love you large, Jay." I assume you recall this text message as well?
No, but I recall when I'm looking at it, yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to go to another text message. On August 3rd, 2015, Mr. Depp texts you, "You can flog me soon for waiting until now, for having not properly given my kind apparatus the appropriate and adequate general cock love, I've tried and mostly failed, Many, many unpleasant things happening with my business world going on that are attempting to give me the funny pain face that could render me no more and send me headfirst straight into the bowl of minestrone or worse, a green curry, So most necessary, PRNs are all headache meds, Xanax, Adderall, and whatever this magical ointment for that traitorous redness in the much valued and region of significance, Thanks and love, XJD. Do you recall this text message?
No, but I'm once again reminded by looking at it.
You recall not being paid for 3 months.
I recall not being paid. I don't remember how long, and it always turned back around. But specifically that issue, no, I can't give you specifics.
So there was a period of time where Mr. Depp was not paying you for your services, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so as of February 10th, 2016, you were very concerned about Mr. Depp's health, correct?
In the document, I'm also serving as his internist,
shit.
managing.
Okay. So, if Johnny Depp is not using him, why would he pay for it? That's a stupid question, you dumb fuck.
The medical issues, and that's the nature of these concerns.
You weren't concerned at all about Mr. Depp's continuing with his treatment plan for drug and alcohol use?
You can't separate those two issues. They're not two distinct issues. But in order for me to assess how he was doing in general with his general health, these metrics that I identify in the second paragraph were things that I needed to have follow-up on. And I wasn't
A pangolin? That's an interesting animal.
getting that follow-up, and I needed to know that we were on the right course medically.
And do you recall being concerned about Mr. Depp in June 2018?
Yes.
What, if any, concerns did you have about Mr. Depp taking drugs or alcohol that were not part of the program?
Even though I have 12 cats, they love him more than me. If me and Dustin ever split up, the cats would stay with him. Maybe one or two would go with me, but the majority of them would stay with Dustin. They love him way more than me.
I was concerned that that could be potentially an issue.
Dr. Kipper 28.
Your Honor, at this point, there's an exhibit of which the parties are still in dispute. I believe it's okay to continue playing at this point, and we can resolve it
All right.
after the fact.
Is that
Yeah, we can resolve it after the deficit.
okay? All right, that's fine. Thank you.
Are invoices that you produced from February 2015 through February 6, 2015 to February 1st, 2021. You recall producing these documents?
No.
No.
Those would have come from my accountant's office.
Okay. Are you still working for Mr. Depp?
Yes.
Okay. And so at the bottom here, there's a lot that just say case management fee. Do you know what that refers to as opposed to nursing services and doctor services?
That's a retainer fee that I have with him on a monthly basis.
Now, Dr. Kipper, we received invoices for you, for Mr. Depp from Fireman's Insurance Fund for 2014. Does this look like an invoice from your office to Mr. Depp? Dr. Kipper, you've already testified that these are invoices to Mr. Depp, correct?
I've testified that these are invoices. This is something generated from my accountant. Yes.
Have you spoken to Mr. Depp's legal counsel since the beginning of this year?
Yes.
Who have you spoken to?
I've spoken to Camille on 2 occasions.
Anybody else?
No.
What did you speak to Camille about?
About the deposition.
Dr. Kipper, I think you're incorrect. I think also Ms. Myers was in one of those telephone conversations.
That's right.
And other than the scheduling of the deposition, did they talk about the issues that you were going to be asked about?
Yes, of course.
Okay. How long were the conversations?
45 minutes each.
Were they over phone or by Zoom or in person?
The first conversation was in person, and the second was by Zoom.
And you thought they were about 2 45-minute calls?
About that.
Are you paying for your counsel in this case?
Yes, I am.
First of all, Dr. Kipper, do you remember seeing this document earlier?
This is Johnny Depp's attorney. I think her name is Miss Myers. It's Johnny Depp's attorney.
Yes, I do.
And you recognize it as your initial consultation notes with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
I'd like to direct your attention to...
What trolls are you talking about? Oh, those. Probably. My name has Bible in it. They're gonna show up.
To the third page.
But luckily for me, I have you guys. And you guys are the best people I could ever pick to be moderators. I love you. You are the best, and people have no idea who they're messing with. And you know, I'll give him a warning, and then if you guys give him a warning, then he's got to go. Period. 2 warnings. One from me and one from y'all. And then he's done for.
Excuse me. Okay. You see here where it says impressions.
Yes.
Now, could you describe what the items listed under this heading are?
So the first one, primary dopamine imbalance. This in general terms, I don't know, primary dopamine imbalance, ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, bipolar 1, depression secondary to above, insomnia, chronic substance abuse disorder, chronic reflux.
With respect to these items, are these an official diagnosis of Mr. Depp?
These are my impressions, yes.
When you say impression, is that considered would you consider that a diagnosis?
Yes, Ms. Myers, that's my diagnostic impression.
I'd like to pull up what's already been marked as Kipper Exhibit 4, please. This document?
Yes.
And these are also notes of the consultation you had with Mr. Depp?
Correct.
And it appears from these notes that Miss Debbie Lloyd was at the meeting, correct?
Yes.
And she's a registered nurse?
Yes.
I want to surround my mugshots with his mugshot. I think that'd be so cool. Except for my mugshots don't exist anymore for some reason. But okay.
And did Mr. Depp's treatment plan contemplate Miss Lloyd?
So are you staying or not staying, Miss Muddy?
Remaining with Mr. Depp during his therapy?
Yes.
And was it contemplated that Miss Lloyd would personally distribute his medications to him?
Yes.
Did something happen to your truck today? Is that why you got a headache? I'm just kidding. I do hope you feel better though, but are you staying? Oh, you're staying. Awesome. This is the end of Dr. Kipper. And then Johnny's security guard is going to testify next.
Miss Lloyd personally dispensed medications to Mr. Depp?
Yes, she did.
And how regular was Miss Lloyd's contact with Mr. Depp?
she had contact with him daily, either physically or by phone.
How often would you estimate that she was physically in contact with him?
I would say 80%, 90% of the time, somewhere in there.
And Mr. Depp agreed to this supervision by Ms. Lloyd?
Yes.
Alex, could we please pull up what's been marked as Kipper Exhibit 6? Dr. Kipper, could you please confirm that these are your notes from a consultation you had with Mr. Depp in Boston in June of 2014?
Yes, this is a summary from June 22nd to June 24th of that of that time with him.
And if we scroll down, I guess I have it here. The notes reflect here that you met with Ms. Hurd at that time, correct?
Yes.
Ms. Hurd tell you that she was concerned about Mr. Depp being violent with her at this consultation?
No.
If she had told you that, is that something you would have documented in these notes?
Yes.
No, I think jury judge is dead. This one is the security guard, Sean Brett. So his name is Sean Brett, the security guard.
Your note here states that Amber has a strong family history of drug and alcohol abuse and is particularly sensitive to his behaviors and potential for abuse. The phrase potential for abuse, is that referring to substance abuse?
Yes.
It's not referring to physical abuse.
No.
And what do you mean when you state that Ms. Hurd is particularly sensitive to Mr. Depp's behaviors?
Having grown up in that environment, she's used to seeing the trauma that it inflicts, and is not only able to recognize it, but also it affects her. She has the ability to understand what that looks like.
And was this your observation of her or something she told you?
This is something she told me.
Oh.
Alex, could you please pull up what's been marked as Kipper Exhibit 5, please? Dr. Kipper, you recognize these as
Everyone, if you're watching, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because we have good time.
as I believe you testified a combination of your own patient notes and Miss Lloyd's patient notes for Mr. Depp, correct?
Yes.
And I believe you testified you compiled them together. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you, for the notes that were taken by Miss Lloyd, did you specifically request that she maintain these notes?
Yes. That's part of her responsibility.
And did you advise her on what types of information she should include in those notes?
No.
Is there any in particular that you asked her to include in the notes?
No, she was trained in this, and she knew what the important metrics were in notation.
And I believe you testified that you have reviewed these notes in their entirety before, correct?
Yes.
How many times would you say you've reviewed these notes?
I reviewed them at the time they were written, and I reviewed them probably a couple weeks ago, so twice.
I'm going to turn to the last page now. And do you see this note marked June 30th?
Yes.
And so do you understand that to be June 30th, 2015?
Yes.
Did Miss Lloyd stop attending to Mr. Depp around this time?
I'm going to refer to my timetable just because I'll have a better sense of where the treatment was.
All right, I'd like to talk to you briefly about the
No, it turns out my decision-making process, my terrible decision-making process, was because there's a giant blood clot in the back of my head. Maybe she's got a giant blood clot in the back of her head. Wouldn't that be some shit?
detox process on Mr. Depp's island in August 2014. I believe you said that you traveled down to attend to Mr. Depp during this time, correct?
Yes.
And when you arrived on the island, who was present?
Your
Mr.
mom.
Depp, Miss Heard,
Her mom.
Miss Lloyd, and assistants for Mr. Depp, and I can't recall which assistants.
Do you recall how many?
Who may or may not have blood clots in the back of their brain. Look, my bad decision making has a doctor's note. How amazing is that?
No. There were people that I think lived or serviced that island when he was there. There were probably 4 of those people, and I'm not sure if he had 1 or 2 of his own assistants.
Dr. Kipper, when you arrived on the island in August 2000.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Ricky.
14. Did you see where Mr. Depp was staying during that time?
Yes.
And what did these accommodations look like?
He had a little home structure. It was a small structure, a bedroom and a kitchen and a little sitting area.
And was Miss Heard
I'm still thinking they got blood clots.
staying there with him?
Yes.
And relative to where Mr. Depp was staying, where was Miss Lloyd staying?
She was staying on another part of the island in a structure called a yurt, which is like a tent.
I want to live in a
And
yurt.
how far away, how long would it take Miss Lloyd to get to where Mr. Depp was staying?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Would that be walking?
No, that would be on a motorized vehicle.
And relative to where Mr. Depp
Yeah, I know. Dustin's mom told me that every day. You're a miracle. It's like, yeah, but man, it's a pain in the ass because I can't get away with what everybody else gets away with their brain injuries is bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm so normal.
Depp was staying, where did you stay when you were on the island?
Stayed on the other side of that yurt.
Okay. Also in a yurt?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I would die if I was any other way. And I told my mom, listen, you guys freaked out for no reason. I'm okay even when I'm not okay. Don't even worry about it. That's what I told them.
Had Mr. Depp's detoxification process already started when you arrived on the island?
Yes.
And had Miss Lloyd been overseeing that process?
Yes.
But I gotta save some of that stuff for my raccoon videos. I'm gonna run out of shit to talk about.
Did she report any issues to you upon your arrival?
She certainly updated. I was updated. He started on the 10th. I arrived on the 12th, so I was in full communication with her from the beginning.
After you arrived on the island, did you personally oversee Mr. Depp's detoxification process?
Yes.
And how often would you check in on him?
Several times a day.
And was this physically going to see him?
No, this would be seeing him physically once a day and then checking on his progress throughout the day.
Yeah, but you didn't see.
Process.
But you didn't see what Amber Heard did to him. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. He is a motherfucking liar. No offense, but he is a motherfucking liar. Because wait till you see what Amber Heard did to him. I'm telling you. There's no fucking way this guy did that. No way. Because what Amber Heard did to him, no. I'm sorry, I'm gonna quit.
You did see Mr. Depp at least once a day?
Yes.
No.
And was Miss Lloyd checking?
Look at him. He's a motherfucking liar. Look.
Seeing him physically once a day and then
Look, eye
checking.
blacking, and then checking to see if you believe him or not.
His progress throughout the day.
So during the detoxification process, you did see Mr. Depp at
Eye
least once a day?
blacking.
Yes.
And
Eye
was Miss Lloyd
blacking.
checking on Mr. Depp daily?
Yes.
And she was
Eye
seeing him
blacking.
in person daily as well?
Yes.
You went and saw Mr. Depp after receiving that message, correct?
Yes.
And did Miss Lloyd go with you?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And where did you see Mr. Depp after receiving that message?
I believe I saw him outside of his little home. It was either in the across from this little home was like a little cantina where one would
Her
eat.
friends seen he was a wealthy, giving dude, and they saw jackpot in their eyes because they know they could, if they can get Johnny Depp, they can get Amber Heard, and they can get her to spend money on them. They thought short term, they should have been thinking long term, but they're short sighted.
And it was, I think, around the cantina.
And what was his physical condition at that time?
He was frustrated. He was uncomfortable.
How was his demeanor?
One of being frustrated and uncomfortable.
Yeah, because of that bitch. This is a bad guy. This is a bad guy.
And was Miss Heard with him at that time?
When I saw Mr. Depp at that point, no, she was not.
And at this time, this was in the middle of his detoxification process, correct?
Yes.
Did you see Miss Heard that evening?
Yeah, I'm telling you, they got it into her head when she was high. And then when she wasn't high, they brought it back up. And then she said, "Ooh, that's a great idea." So then she started leaving breadcrumbs in certain places and saying things certain places. Then her friends gave her a bruise. They fucked up that house. And they kept doing that to Johnny. So then when Johnny would say something, it's the same shit that goes on. She would say shit after he freaked out. And it made him look crazy, and she's the victim when she's egging it on. It's something that I may or may not deal with.
I can't remember.
Do you recall Miss Heard seeking medical treatment from you for any physical injuries while you were on the island in August 2014?
Something like that, Michael. Or Ricky. I'm thinking
If
about
Miss Heard had sought treatment from you for injuries, is that something you would have documented?
Yes, I would have.
Is that something you would have remembered her telling you?
Yes.
Did you see Miss Heard after this evening of August 17th?
On that particular evening, that I can't remember. But I did see Miss Heard pretty much daily during my time on the island.
Oh, so you saw it
Did you see
and
her
didn't
at some
say
point,
anything.
perhaps, did you see her the next day?
I hate this.
Yes.
And did you observe any injuries to Miss Heard at that time?
No.
She didn't have any bruises that you observed?
No.
After you met with Mr. Depp that evening of August 17th, Did you go back to his accommodations at some point?
No, I think we resolved the issues where we were outside of his little hut, his home.
So you didn't go and attend to him again in his home after that time?
No.
Alex, could you please pull up what's been marked as Kipper Exhibit 8?
Yes. Something like that.
Thank you. Dr. Kipper, I think do you remember this email from earlier in your deposition?
Yes, I do.
And I believe you testified that you recall sending this email to Ms. Dombrowski on August 18, 2014, correct?
Yes.
At the time you wrote this email, how long had you known Mr. Depp?
Approximately 4 months.
And in those 4 months, how much time had you spent with Mr. Depp in person?
I couldn't give you a cumulative number of hours, but I would say, I would estimate that including up until August 18, I would guesstimate 20 hours.
Is it fair to say that when you wrote this email, most of the time you had known Mr. Depp or spent with Mr. Depp was while he was in detox?
Yes.
During the time that you were with Mr. Depp on the island for his detox process, did you ever witness him physically abuse Ms. Heard?
No, never.
Did you ever see any physical evidence that Mr. Depp had abused Ms. Heard?
No. Same answer, never.
And during your time on the island, did you witness Ms. Heard abuse Mr. Depp in any way?
Yes.
No.
You fucking liar.
Do you recall when Ms. Heard first became your patient?
No, I couldn't give you a definitive date.
It would have been before October 2014, though, correct?
Yes.
And it would have been after Mr. Depp's detox on the island in August 2014. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. When you started treating Ms. Heard, did you assign a nurse to her? When you started treating Ms. Heard, was there a nurse that you assigned to her?
I can't recall whether Ms. Myers, it was when I started to treat her. At some point, I did assign a nurse to her, but I can't tell you which came first. I believe I was treating her before I had recommended a nurse for her.
So your recollection is that you started treating her and after that a nurse was assigned?
That's my memory, yes.
Do you have a sense of how close in time to you beginning your treatment the nurse was assigned to Ms. Heard?
It couldn't have been too long, but I honestly can't give you a specific reference of time.
She changed herself. She's a chameleon. She changed herself to be what he wanted and then abused him because she realized she was stronger than him. That if she yelled at him, he would give her whatever she wanted, like a prenup, saying she can get all of his stuff. I'm ruining it. I'm ruining it.
Do you remember that nurse's name?
Erin.
And is Ms. Borum a registered nurse?
Yes.
And I believe you covered this earlier. Ms. Borum is a contractor for you?
Yes.
So she reports to you with respect to your patients that she covers.
Oh my God, she really is copying him. She's in all black with her hair down. He was in all black with his hair down the other day. Wasn't he? He was in all black with his hair down. Oh wow, she really is.
Correct.
During the time that Ms. Heard was your patient and she had a nurse, Ms. Borum was assigned to her, how regular was Ms. Borum checking in with Ms. Heard?
Very regular. Very
Would she-
regular. Saw her, yes.
Would she have seen her on a
Don't sell
daily
your shit.
basis?
I don't believe it was a daily basis, but I know, had daily contact with her in some way.
Would Ms. Borum have seen Ms. Heard in person on at least a weekly basis?
Yes,
Were there times that Ms. Borum traveled with Ms. Heard?
yes.
And as a registered nurse, does Ms. Borum have an obligation to report any suspected abuse of her patient to you? Alex, could you please pull up document H?
Did you see what he just did? He threw up the metal horns. Did you see that?
Obligation to report any suspected abuse of her patient to you. Alex, could you please pull up document H?
He wasn't all black with his hair down. I thought. Yeah. That looked just like her chair.
Alex, is this Kipper Exhibit 34? Yes. Dr. Kipper, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And what is it?
It's an initial intake of that care.
I'm going to scroll down a bit and just show you that there are future entries on this document as well. Do you see these?
I do. I'm assuming.
Oh my God, he does look like
I
that.
don't want to make an assumption, but I would believe
Where's the
these
uncle?
notes are from Aaron Forum. But if you'll give me a second to look at this, I can be more specific.
Certainly. Let me know if you'd like me to go through the document a bit more. I can do that for you.
Feather, really?
Yes, these are notes from Aaron Forum.
Does this document reflect any of your own notes on Ms. Heard?
Maybe.
This reflects
Mailman
my treatment
wouldn't handle
recommendations.
But these are Ms. Forum's notes.
Yes. Yes.
Did you ask Ms. Forum to maintain these notes?
Oh, send it in
And
a
for what
box,
purpose?
maybe. Oh,
Because
God,
she
that's
was
so
monitoring a patient, and I needed to be informed of how the patient was doing and for any adjustments of treatment.
Yeah, sending foreign
Did you
objects
tell
to
Ms.
mail,
Forum what-
that's a whole mail crime, dude. Hey, Fed prison is better than any other prison. So if you're going to go to prison, go to Fed.
type of information should be documented in the notes?
Yeah.
No,
And would there be anything that you expressly asked her not to document?
no.
Hey, Feather, I want to tell you something.
Do you understand that Ms. Borum used her training and judgment in preparing these notes?
Yes, I do.
You weren't telling her what to include in these notes. She was drafting them on her own. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Have you reviewed these notes before?
I have reviewed these notes.
Have you reviewed them in their entirety?
Yes, but not recently.
And how often would you review Ms. Borum's notes on Ms. Heard?
Medical shipments is different. You got to get certain addresses. I want to tell you, I weigh 800 pounds and I got excessive arm fat.
I review my nurse's notes as they come in, so that would be on a real-time basis.
Okay. And going back to the first page, do you see this entry is dated August 27th, 2014?
Yes.
Does this refresh your recollection as to when Ms. Borum would have...
No, don't answer who am I. I am the sage and I weigh 800 pounds and I have excessive arm fat. Because that shit just fucked me up. Not this shit, but that shit I seen. That girl weighed 800 pounds and had excessive arm fat. And she was doing it, man.
Been assigned to Ms. Heard?
Yes.
And does this at all refresh your recollection as to when you started treating Ms. Heard?
Yes, this would be about the time.
During the time that you treated Ms. Heard, did she ever seek treatment from you for injuries that appeared to be the result of domestic abuse?
No, she did not.
Did she ever seek treatment from you for any injuries that she told you were caused by Mr. Depp?
No, she did not.
And did Ms. Heard ever tell you that Mr. Depp abused her?
No, she did not.
And you never witnessed any physical abuse by Mr. Depp against Ms. Heard during the time that you treated both of them?
No, never.
If Ms. Bourne observed that Ms. Heard had any physical injuries, is this something that would have been documented in her patient notes for Ms. Heard?
Yes, absolutely.
In March 2015, you traveled down to Australia to attend to Mr. Depp, is that right?
Yes.
And
I love that's our joke forever. If you ever feel like you don't have anything, just remember, you have that. I weigh 800 pounds and have excessive arm fat. And you always have that. I love you so much. Never be lonely. Because you have that.
at the time, Mr. Depp was already in Australia, correct?
I think they do talk to the nurse. And I am 800 pounds and I have excessive arm fat. And only Feather's seen my picture, and we have that. And Ricky, you and I have the Gibson gene. Yeah. Who else is still here?
Correct.
And was Miss Lloyd with him?
Yes.
And was Miss Heard with him?
Yes.
You arrived in Australia. When did you first see Mr. Depp?
I believe it was the day after I arrived.
And where did you see him?
I saw him at his home in Australia.
And how long did you meet with him during that time?
Probably an hour.
When you first met with Mr. Depp in Australia,
I literally
did you see the home that he was staying in?
Yes.
And was it a standalone house?
I miss Muddy.
Was there a fence around the house?
I'm so glad
I'm
you're
sorry?
still here.
Was
How's
there
your
a
head?
fence around the house?
That I can't recall.
Do you recall whether Mr. Depp's security team was at the property?
And Miss Muddy
Yes,
is the first
they were.
person to
Where
ever
did you see them?
join my life.
I saw them in and around the house.
So she has that.
Do you
See,
recall
we
how
all
many
got something.
security personnel there
We're
were?
amazing fucking people.
2 to 3.
Now, after you arrived in Australia, at some point you were notified that Mr. Depp had been injured, correct?
Yes.
And I believe this was covered earlier in the deposition. You actually received a text message from Mr. Depp, correct?
Yes.
And after you received that message, did you go directly to Mr. Depp?
Yes.
And Ms. Lloyd came with you?
Yes.
And I believe you said that Mr. Depp was outside the property in a car at that time, right?
That's correct.
Was Mr. Depp's security team there with him?
Yes.
And you examined Mr. Depp in the car with his security team present?
Yes, I saw him seated in the car when I arrived.
Did Mr. Depp tell you what had happened to his finger at that time?
Yes.
How long did you attend to Mr. Depp outside of the house?
Not long, probably a half hour, because I needed to get him to the emergency room.
Mostly because I don't have anybody either. All my friends stopped being my friends over President Trump. And my family treats me different because of President Trump. And I need people. I need somebody, you know. It's good. It's good time. Because, you know, you guys wouldn't be here if you didn't feel lonely or outcasted somehow. So I figure we all need each other because we don't have nothing else. Except for Ricky. Ricky is here strictly for moral support. He's got a whole other life outside of my life stream.
So immediately after meeting him at the house, you went with him to the emergency room?
Yes, I cleaned his wound to the best that I could with the supplies that we had, and then took him. So it was within a half hour that we left.
Did you return to the house after bringing Mr. Depp to the hospital?
It's okay. Normally I make a big deal about it. You know, like, oh, you spelled my name right. But I've learned over time that sometimes, because I spell my name like a stripper, and most people are not friends with strippers, so they wouldn't really know there's an E at the end of it. But
No, I was taken back to my hotel.
After you attended to Mr. Depp and before you went to the hospital with him, did you go inside the house?
No.
You did not go inside the property the day that Mr. Depp contacted you about his injured finger?
No, I did go into the house, as I had stated, that after I saw him initially, I went into the home to see the home.
And that was before you went to the hospital with him?
Yes, I went in to instruct one of the people with him to look for the tip of the finger.
no,
Hoping that we would be able.
my name, my real name, is not very far off from my YouTube name. But it's Nikkiek. Or Nikiek, bitch, you know me. I made a whole song about it. Yeah, Prince is a symbol. But if you ever seen my signature, it's pretty much a symbol. It's pretty cool. It's an exclamation point. It's awesome. It's actually Nikki K exclamation point. It's awesome. Because they told me I couldn't have an exclamation point on my name and my signature. So I made it a part of my signature. Because I'm the shit.
to put it back.
Was the tip of the finger found?
It was found.
Who found it?
I believe this man was their chef.
And do you know where he found it or where he told you he found it?
He said he found it in the kitchen area.
Everybody sings me that song. Oh my God. But did you really know it's actually Mickey? Mickey. It's, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. And it's like, I have to stop myself from telling people that. Like, did you know? No, never mind. Did you know I need a cigarette? Something like that. Because it's a thing.
When you went into the house, did you see Miss?
Or the other thing that I get all the time is, you look like Janis Joplin. Yeah, I get that constantly, even in real life and people life. My parents tell me that. They'll be looking at pictures and they'll be like, oh my God, it's Nikki. Like, no, it's not me. My nose doesn't look like that. Turns out my nose does look like that. It's some shit.
Heard?
Yes.
And how did she appear?
She was certainly upset.
Did Miss Heard seek any medical attention from you for any injuries at that time?
No.
Did Miss Heard seek any medical attention from Miss Lloyd at that time?
No.
Did you observe any physical injuries to Miss Heard when you saw her that March 2nd, 2015?
No.
So Miss Heard did not have any observable bruises that you saw?
That's correct.
And did Miss Heard appear to have a broken nose? Was Miss Heard's face swollen at all when you saw her?
Not that I was aware of, no.
Did Miss Heard have any cuts on her arms?
Yeah, I can't sing that. I mean, I guess I could, but not like that. Yeah. Did you know she dated Jimi Hendrix? Dustin told me that. And I said, no, I did not know that. And then she didn't even write most of her songs. So none of them were about Jimmy. It was a sad moment in my life. Yep. And did you know I was 39 years old when I found out Faygo doesn't have caffeine? Literally found that out yesterday. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Isn't it a sad thing because you're like, man, she's so talented, but she can't write a song? It's so sad. But she's a blues singer, so I'm sure she only knows blues songs.
When you saw her?
Not that I can recall.
Did you recall seeing any cuts on her feet or any other part of her body?
I can't recall.
If Miss Heard had appeared to have been injured, is this something that you would have documented?
Yes.
Did you observe any broken glass in the house?
Yes.
Could you tell what the glass was from?
No.
Was there blood around the broken glass?
There was blood around the home, as I had previously mentioned, but I didn't specifically see blood on glass.
Where did you see the broken glass?
In the kitchen area.
And that's where the part of the finger was found as well?
Yes.
Dude, there's so many songs that get stuck in my head.
Alex, could you please
Man,
bring
at
up what I
least
believe was
we
marked
need a
as
one-time
Kipper
all
Exhibit
day long.
17? Dr. Kipper, you recognize this document from earlier in the deposition?
Yes.
It's a letter dated.
The one that's stuck in my head is, Celebrate good times. No, hold on. Celebrate good times. Hold on. Let's celebrate and celebrate. That's stuck in my head. Gonna celebrate good times. Let's celebrate.
March
Thank
15th,
you.
2015, from you
Thank you. Now that song should be stuck out of your head.
to Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
And you did send this letter to Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
Alex, could you please pull up what I've marked as document K? And I believe will be Kipper Exhibit 35. Dr. Kipper, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And what is it?
If you could just, for my verification, can you scroll down to the bottom, please?
Sure. It goes on for 2 pages.
Yes, I'm familiar with this document, yes.
Did you prepare this document?
No,
Is this a document that was prepared by someone who works for you?
this was prepared by Monroe Tinker, who is a nurse practitioner who worked for me at that time.
Is this a record that's ordinarily prepared and maintained in the course of your business?
Yes,
And
Do you want a
have
better
reviewed
one?
this?
The other one that's stuck in my head, mostly because of you guys, though. I want to thank you for letting me be myself. I want to thank you for letting me be myself. That's the better one. That was the point, to watch TV and talk like, people do. They watch TV and they talk.
This document before.
yes.
When would you have reviewed?
Oh, wait, I want to show you something. If I get rid of this, look, I'm sitting on the couch and the TV's right here. And you're sitting on whatever couch you're on and the TV's right here. So we're all just sitting together in the party pen. Because this back here is a party pen. See? It's a good time. Look. And then the TV's on the couch. But we'll put the TV back over here. See? We do good.
it?
I reviewed it immediately after the visit, probably the next day. And I also reviewed this a couple weeks ago.
I'd just like to direct your attention to the last page. Is this your signature here?
Yes.
And when would you have signed this?
That was confirming that I reviewed Mr. Tinker's notes.
Going back to the top, this is a patient record for Ms. Heard, correct?
Yes.
And this, where it says date December 17th, 2015, is that the date of this? That's the date of this document?
Yes.
And the document states phone call consultation headache, correct?
Yes.
So does that mean that on December 17th, 2015, Ms. Heard called the offices to report a headache?
Yes.
And right below this, there's a paragraph that starts out with HPI. What does that stand for?
History of present illness.
And is the information in this paragraph what Ms. Heard reported during her phone consultation?
That's what's written. I was not there, but that's what's written.
States today the patient reports a headache after she bumped her head while standing up 2 days ago, correct?
Yes.
And A couple sentences below that, it says last seen in the office on 12/23/2015. Is that an error, or did she come back in later?
No, I think that's got to be an error.
So, based on this document, it's your understanding that Ms. Hurd called the office on December 17th.
Yes.
Scrolling down to the bottom here, it says objective data physical exam. Do you see that?
Yes.
Does that mean that Ms. Hurd came into the offices for a physical examination?
That's what it signifies, yes.
And would that have also been on December 17th, 2015?
Yes. This note reflects that visit. Everything in this note reflects that visit.
And so Monroe would have also performed that physical examination?
Monroe did perform that physical examination. I did not see Ms. Hurd. Monroe saw Ms. Hurd.
And the information below this heading of physical exam, which goes on to the next page, are these the findings from Ms. Hurd's physical exam on December 17th?
Correct.
And if Ms. Hurd had any physical injuries, would those have been noted in this portion of the document?
Yes.
And there are some medical terms in here, but so if you could let me know, does any of this indicate that there were physical injuries that were documented?
No.
Does this document indicate that a concussion check was performed?
Yes.
And what were the results of that?
Oh, she's right here.
Under the assessment and plan as written, Mr. Tinker did not indicate concussion under his assessment.
Under assessment and plan, item 4 says that Dr. Kipper is aware of the medical plan and is in agreement. That's consistent with your recollection?
Yes.
And I believe you testified you didn't see Ms. Hurd on December 17th, correct?
That's correct.
How were you informed of the medical plan?
I spoke to Mr. Tinker by telephone.
And would that conversation have happened on the 17th as well?
Yes.
Alice, could you please pull up document L? And I believe this is what will be marked as Kipper Exhibit 36. Dr. Kipper, do you recognize this document?
Yes, I recognize it upon looking at it, yes.
What do you recognize this document?
As an email from Ms. Hurd to me requesting medical records for that month of December.
December 2015?
Yes.
And do you recall receiving this email?
I don't recall receiving it, but I'm sure I did, and I'm sure I reviewed it. Yes.
And you see that the
I don't have enough coffee for whatever the hell you guys are talking about. Wow. What the hell?
the email is dated August 8th, 2016, correct?
Yes.
And you have no reason to doubt that you received the email on or around that date?
Correct.
On August 8th, 2016, was Ms. Hurd still your patient?
I believe so, but I can't be sure.
Now, I'm going to read from this email here. Ms. Hurd writes to you, as per our conversation earlier, is it possible to get my medical records from the month of December, please? I know I saw Monroe during one of my office visits, if it makes it easier for you to find. I'm not sure. Anyway, it was great talking to you earlier. Ms. Hurd references speaking to you earlier in this email, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall having spoken to Ms. Hurd before receiving this email?
I can't remember.
You don't remember anything about a conversation that you might have had with Ms. Hurd prior to receiving this email?
No, I can't recall that.
And I believe you already stated this, but you understand Ms. Hurd to be requesting medical records from December 2015, correct?
Correct.
And Ms. Hurd mentions Monroe in this email as well, correct?
Correct.
And Monroe is the nurse practitioner that Ms. Hurd saw on December 17th, 2015, right?
Yes.
Did you provide Ms. Hurd with her medical records for December 2015?
I believe so.
And do you recall what those records consisted of?
The one we just reviewed.
Leave it up
Was
to
that the only
Ricky
one
to
for
think
December
of
2015?
something. Leave it up to him to think of something.
Again, I would have to research her chart for that information, but I know at least it was that note.
Did Ms. Hurd ever ask you for any other medical records?
No.
In the over 6 years that you've known Mr. Depp, have you ever witnessed him be physically abusive to any person?
Never.
And you've never witnessed him be physically abusive to Ms. Hurd, correct?
Correct.
You've also known Ms. Hurd for over 6 years at this point, correct?
Yes, although I have not seen Miss Hurd for at least a couple years, perhaps 3 years.
In the 6 years that you treated or in the over 6 years you've treated Mr. Depp, has Mr. Depp ever complained to you that Ms. Hurd has physically abused him?
No, not that I can recall.
Have you ever witnessed Ms. Hurd be physically abusive to Mr. Depp?
No.
He looks like a fish you would see on SpongeBob.
Has anyone who works for you or reports to you ever reported to you that they witnessed Ms. Hurd be physically abusive?
If Squidward was a person in real life, it would be this guy.
To Mr. Depp?
No, not that I can recall.
You testified earlier from questions from Ms. Myers that the tip of Mr. Depp's finger was found in the kitchen, found on the floor of the kitchen in the home in Australia, correct?
Right.
And where, do you know where the kitchen was? Was it on what floor the kitchen was?
There was a downstairs below the kitchen area. I think those, I'm not really sure. I think those were bedrooms, but I'm not positive. So this would be on the main floor. The kitchen was on the main floor as you went into the home.
And that's where the tip of the finger was found in the kitchen on the main floor?
Yes.
No, there was a text message where you got a text message from Mr. Depp.
Yes.
And he said he cut his finger, correct?
I think that's what it said, yes.
Okay. And the reference from the emergency room said that Mr. Depp had sliced his finger with a knife, correct?
Character. Absolutely.
Yes, that's what he told,
Ricky,
because I was present for that.
Listen,
That's what
I
he
don't know
told
what
the
the fuck
emergency
you're
room.
saying, but
Okay. So Mr. Depp told the emergency room doctor that he had cut his finger with a
Maybe
knife,
not.
correct?
Yes.
I don't even know what that means.
And you didn't put that in any of your notes that a bottle was thrown at Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
Did Mr. Depp have any cuts anywhere else on his face or anywhere else that would come from glass? Now, if Miss Hurd told Miss Borum that Mr. Depp had hit her in the face several times and sent her pictures of bruises, would you expect Miss Borum to report that in her notes?
I would have expected Miss Borum to send me those pictures.
Okay. So you would have expected to see those pictures from Miss Borum, is that correct?
Yes.
And you would have expected, and you would have wanted Miss Borum to, if she had seen a text that said, I was hit in the face by Miss Hurd, and then received pictures of bruises, that Miss Borum would report that to you, correct?
Yes.
Is that an instruction that you gave to your nurses to report to you any abuse that they saw or were reported to them?
Yes, if they saw that as valid, Ms. Hurd, for
I'm
example,
drinking my
if somebody
complaint
hurt
to
Ms.
that.
Hurd while she was under the direct care of Ms. Borum, and Ms. Borum documented that Ms. Hurd had been injured, she certainly would have reported that to me.
That's what your expectation would be.
Dr. Kipper, did you keep any notes of your treatment of Mr. Depp while he was in Australia?
Other than the summary notes, no.
And
Man, this
Was
guy
Miss
is
Lloyd with
taking
you
a
when Mr. Depp told you what had happened to his finger before you brought him to the hospital?
I believe yes. I'm not positive, but I believe yes, because she was helping me at the car to try to clean out that finger, which is when he explained what happened.
So you believe that Miss Lloyd would have heard Mr. Depp's explanation?
I believe so.
All right, that completes the deposition. And the next witness is also by deposition, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Oh
Debbie
my
Lloyd.
All right, well, why don't we go
God.
ahead and take our morning break? It's a little early, but since the next witness is also by deposition, why don't we take our 15-minute break now so you can stretch for a little bit, and we'll come back
Oh my
in about
God.
15 minutes, okay? So you can go ahead. No.
Okay. Oh, at least she's nice to look at. Okay.
It's just his employer's address. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, are we ready for your next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Depp calls Debbie Lloyd
Okay,
by a video.
by deposition. Okay.
Listen, we might be getting Belle Tinker as the next deposition. But we're gonna have to go to bed here in a little bit. Like another hour. I gotta go make some ramen noodles real quick. I don't feel good.
Okay.
California.
Oh, she's nice looking.
You do not live or work in Virginia, correct?
Correct.
Have you at any time spoken with, can you please provide your full name?
Deborah Lynn Lloyd.
And Ms.
What?
Lloyd, you live in California
Yes.
and you work in California?
Yes.
You do not live or work in Virginia, correct?
Correct.
Have you at any time spoken with, can you please provide your full name?
Deborah Lynn Lloyd.
And
Okay.
Ms. Lloyd, you live in California?
Deborah.
Yes.
And you work in California?
Yes.
And you do not live or work in Virginia, correct?
Correct.
Have you at any time spoken with Mr. Depp or any of his counsel, either in preparation for this deposition or for any other matter after you no longer work with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
Do you recall who you spoke to?
I believe her name was Camille.
Okay. I'll be right
And do you
back.
recall when you
I'm
spoke
gonna
to
go make
Camille?
some ramen noodles.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, shit. No.
And what did Camille and you discuss?
She had asked me if Johnny had ever thrown anything at me.
And what did you say?
No.
Was there any other, was that the total of your communications with Camille?
That was the only time that I remember speaking to her.
Did you speak about anything else other than whether, and when you say Johnny, I assume you mean Mr. Depp, correct?
Yes.
Did you have any other, did you discuss anything else other than whether Mr. Depp had thrown something at you?
They had asked if I would be willing to go to Virginia to the trial.
And are you willing to go to Virginia to be a trial witness?
No.
Did you, at any time, did you speak, and did you have any other, you recall anything else you and Camille spoke about?
Not in detail.
You know how long the conversation was, approximately?
Approximately 15 minutes.
Was it over the phone?
Yes.
Do you recall at any other time having any other communications with any other counsel for Mr. Depp?
No, there was somebody else on that call, I believe, from his side, but I don't know who it was.
Do you recall if it was a man or a woman?
A man.
Did you ever speak to Adam Waldman?
I know an Adam reached out to me a long time ago. I don't remember a last name.
You're a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner?
Yes.
Can you briefly explain what that is?
I'm a nurse practitioner that specializes in psychiatry.
And did you go to, where'd you go to school for that?
I got my master's from Maryville University.
Is that in California?
It's in Illinois.
And
It's in Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri. Sorry.
No problem. And I understand you're also a certified addiction nurse?
Yes.
And can you briefly explain what that is?
I had to get a certification in addiction nursing.
And what is addiction nursing?
Nursing that specializes in taking care of patients with chemical dependency issues.
And chemical dependency, that's drugs and alcohol?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you worked in those fields? Addiction nursing and mental health nursing?
Since 2004.
And would you agree that one of your specialties is concierge addiction services?
It was, yes.
What are concierge addiction services?
We would. Good question. I mainly deal with higher end clients and provide care, go to their home rather than have them come into facilities.
And would you at times provide 24/7 nursing care?
Yes.
And you'd also be a patient's travel companion for nursing care?
Yes.
And you own your own company?
Yes.
And what was the company's name?
Turning Point.
Okay. Do you still own Turning Point?
Yes.
And what does Turning Point do?
Provides services. It's actually no longer, I still own it, but I don't work with it anymore. It provides services to either nursing or sober companion services to patients.
And when did you start Turning Point?
I don't recall the exact year.
Does anyone else own it?
No.
How many people work at Turning Point?
I'm the only employee.
And what do you have, contract nurses who work for you?
I did, yes.
And what does Turning Point do now, if anything?
Sits dormant.
Okay. And when did it start to sit dormant?
About 2 years ago.
Is there any particular reason why?
That's when I became a nurse practitioner and changed my career path.
And where do you work now?
I work for Headlands Addiction Treatment Services.
And what do you do there?
Nurse practitioner.
And is there a difference between a nurse practitioner and a nurse?
Nurse practitioner, I can diagnose and prescribe medications underneath a doctor's supervision.
So when you were working at Turning Point, or when you were working at Turning Point, were you a nurse practitioner?
No.
What was your title then?
Registered nurse.
And you performed work for Mr. Depp, correct?
Yes.
Was that with Turning Point?
Turning Point was contracted through Dr. Kipper.
Can you explain how that arose, how you began to work for Mr. Depp through Dr. Kipper?
And Dr. Kipper was his doctor and he needed nursing services, so Dr. Kipper reached out to me.
I should feel better. I'm gonna get this chicken soup in me. Well, chicken ramen noodles.
And it's Dr. David Kipper, correct?
Correct.
Had you worked with Dr. Kipper before working with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
Do you know when you started working for Mr. Depp, approximately?
Approximately, I think it was 2015 or 16.
Okay. And we can look at some documents and that may help. Do you know how many patients you would work with Dr. Kipper before working with Mr. Depp?
That would be a guesstimate.
Okay. Do you have any approximation?
20.
And when Dr. Kipper reached out to you about Mr. Depp, did he reach out to you by phone or by written communication?
By phone.
Do you recall what Dr. Kipper told you he was looking for in regards to Mr. Depp's care?
Detox.
And detox from what?
Originally, I don't think I knew any of the specifics.
What did you come to understand Mr. Depp was looking to detox from?
Opioids.
Any other medication or any other drugs that Mr. Depp was looking to detox from?
Not that I recall.
Do you know if Mr. Depp ever took cocaine?
I never witnessed him use any cocaine.
So, did Dr. Kipper contract with your company for care for Mr. Depp?
I don't recall the specifics of how we were brought on.
Well, okay. How were you paid?
Through Dr. Kipper.
Did you have to submit your time to Dr. Kipper
Yes.
for Depp services? Did Mr. Depp ever pay you directly?
No.
Did you ever get any gifts from Mr. Depp?
Yes.
What gifts did you receive from Mr. Depp?
I remember getting a jewelry box and a, I forget what it's called, like a notepad, a fancy notepad, I guess.
It was, do you recall
Johnny
why
Depp
Mr. Depp
literally
you the
gave
jewelry
her
box?
stationery.
You can answer that.
I don't know why. I
No
believe it was
way.
for a thank you.
And the same.
What a cheesy gift.
I believe there was a thank you for with the fancy notepad that you received.
It was at the same time.
Did you receive anything else ever from Mr. Depp?
Not that I recall.
Do you still do work for Dr. Kipper?
I have not recently.
Do you recall when you last worked with Dr. Kipper?
Not exactly.
Do you remember the year you stopped working with Dr. Kipper?
No.
Do you recall the last time you've spoken to Dr. Kipper?
This week? Last week?
What did you talk to Dr. Kipper about this week?
He's my personal doctor.
Okay. So, did you speak to Dr. Kipper at all about this case?
No.
Have you ever spoken to Dr. Kipper about your deposition?
No.
Have you ever spoken to Dr. Kipper about his deposition?
Yes.
And you know who Erin Gorham is, correct?
Yes.
And who is she?
She's a nurse that worked with us.
And Ms. Gorham worked for Turning Point, is that right?
Yes.
And she, and did you hire Ms. Gorham?
Yes.
Was Ms. Gorham a salaried employee of Turning Point?
No.
So Ms. Gorham was a contract employee for Turning Point, correct?
Correct.
So how, in kind of general sense, how did that work with Ms. Gorham and Turning Point?
Objection made.
If you needed her for a particular case, you'd hire her for that case?
Yes.
And you're saying your testimony is that you had hired Ms. Gorham previously for other patients, is that right? Before Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard?
Yes.
And do you recall how Ms. Gorham came to work for Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard?
And do you recall how Ms. Gorham came to work for Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard?
Yes.
How did that happen? What happened?
I was taking care of Johnny and Amber. It was decided that Amber needed some support, so I brought her in for Amber.
So, were you Mr. Depp's primary nurse?
Yes.
And was Ms. Gorham Amber's primary nurse?
Yes.
And would you ever share responsibilities where Ms. Gorham would perform nursing care for Mr. Depp and you would perform nursing care for Amber?
I know Erin covered for me a few times. I do not believe I ever cared for Amber.
And you said that a decision was made that Amber needed nursing care?
Yes.
Who made that decision?
I don't recall.
Can we put up attachment 2 and we'll call this Lloyd Exhibit 1?
And stand by.
Thanks.
Exhibit 1.
Ms. Lloyd, I'm showing you what's been marked as Lloyd Exhibit 1. You'll see it's many pages, and we're going to go through some of these during the day. But just looking at it, do you recognize what this is?
Yes.
And what is Lloyd Exhibit 1?
My nursing notes.
Okay. And so these are notes that you created?
Yes.
Okay. And these are notes you created for your care of Mr. Depp, is that right?
Correct.
And if at a break you just want to go over and see the whole thing, I'm happy to let you do that, just to save time rather than having you read 123 pages. But did you create these notes in the ordinary course of business?
Can you clarify what that means?
You created these notes as part of your job of being a nurse, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did Dr. Kipper ask you to keep these notes?
We just keep notes as nurses. I don't recall.
So this is your normal practice, keeping these notes. It's not particular to Mr. Depp, correct?
Correct.
Did you receive any training into how to keep these notes?
Nursing school.
Okay. And the notes are typed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you bring a laptop with you when you were working with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
Well, let's just go to the first one. It says June 12th, 2014, 2300. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. And 2300, that's military time, correct?
Yes.
So that's 11 p.m. at night?
Yes.
Okay. And it says RN and MD met with patient to discuss plan and medication regime. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. The RN is you, correct?
Correct.
And the MD is Dr. Kipper?
Correct.
And the patient is Mr. Depp, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, she comes in after Johnny's testimony.
So where it says 6/12/14 at 2300, is that when you met with Mr. Depp, or is that when you wrote up the note?
That's when I wrote up the note.
Okay. So you may have met with Mr. Depp at some other time before this?
Sometime during that day.
Okay. So the time you have here is when you wrote the note?
Correct.
Okay. And would you typically type the notes as opposed to writing notes in handwriting and then typing notes?
Correct.
Okay. Did anyone review the notes?
You can answer, Kina.
Notes were sent to Dr. Kipper.
How often would you send the notes to Dr. Kipper?
I don't recall.
And was there a system where he could see the notes, or did you email him, Dr. Kipper, the notes?
Email.
Okay. So, is it your understanding, based on these notes, that the first time you met Mr. Depp was on June 12th, 2014?
Yes.
And if we scroll down to the 6/13/14, this says you met with patient in his apartment, correct?
Correct.
So the next day you met with Mr. Depp in his apartment, is that right?
According to my notes, I don't recall.
Okay. And in the second line, you write, he stated that he initially started taking opiates after some dental work and became dependent on them. Is that something that Mr. Depp?
She is really pretty and she is really good. Like, really good.
Told you?
According to my notes.
Would there be a reason you would write that if Mr. Depp did not tell you that?
No.
Okay. And then you write, patient is fearful of coming off of opiates, but knows it's what he needs to do. So again, that's something, according to your notes, that Mr. Depp told you?
According to my notes, yes.
And then it says, patient also expressed some emotional trauma which causes him depression and anxiety. Again, according to your notes, that's what Mr. Depp told you?
According to my notes, yes.
Do you recall at all what the emotional trauma was that was causing Mr. Depp depression and anxiety?
I do not recall.
Let me ask this again. Do you recall what the plan was for Mr. Depp's detox as of the end of June 2014?
Plan in what regards?
Where was Mr. Depp's detox going to take place?
I don't remember when it was determined, but I remember that it was after filming we would go to the island.
And that's the island that Mr. Depp owns?
Yes.
And you went to the island, correct?
Correct.
Who else was out on the island in this time when Mr. Depp was doing the detox?
You can answer, Kina.
I know I was there. I cannot remember if Amber was there the entire time, and some of Johnny's staff and Dr. Kipper came at some point.
How did you get to Mr. Depp's island?
Flew.
And then what do you take a boat to the
Kinda, Ricky.
to his island?
Yes.
And if we go to, in the same document, Kipper 69, which I believe is page 17. There we go. Well, you see where it says 8/8/14,
Yes.
and it says arrived on island today.
Yes.
Does that mean that you arrived on the island on August 8th, 2014?
According to my notes.
Okay. And on August 9th, 2014, it says patient expressed fears of never feeling normal without his drugs. You wrote that?
Yes.
Okay. And is that something that Mr. Depp told you?
According to my notes, yes.
And if we go 2 pages to Kipper 71. Oh, yeah, there we go. You see where it says at the top, MD's flight has been canceled.
Yes.
Arrangements are being made for him to arrive on the island 8/12/14.
Yes.
So according to your notes, Dr. Kipper, after the flight was canceled, was set to arrive on the island on August 12th, 2014.
According to my notes.
Ms. Lloyd, I'm showing you it's been marked as Exhibit 2, which is ALH 16110 through 113. Do you remember texting with Amber at all while you were on the island with Mr. Depp?
That is some of how we communicated, yes.
And does this refresh your recollection that Amber was, at least at some point, on the island with Mr. Depp during the detox?
Yes.
The gray part of the text is your text, correct?
Yes.
And the blue is Amber?
Yes.
And is in the gray part of the text where it shows a phone number there, is that your cell phone number?
Yes.
Ms. Lloyd, I'm showing you what's been marked as Exhibit 3, text message chain between you and Amber Heard on August 16th, 2014. And again, in the gray box where it shows a phone number, that's your phone number, correct?
Correct.
And this, Ms. Lloyd, I'm showing you what's been marked as Lloyd Exhibit 4, text message chain between you and Amber on August 18th, 2014. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall when on the island Amber would be telling you how Mr. Depp was doing?
According to these texts, that's what was happening, yes.
Do you recall how long you were on the island?
I do not.
Okay. In a day, do you recall how long you would see Mr. Depp?
It varied.
Would there be reasons why it varied as to how long you'd see Mr. Depp in a day?
I don't recall how it was determined.
How far away were you from where Mr. Depp was staying?
5 to 10 minutes.
By foot or by some other transportation?
By a John Deere tractor.
Okay. And what type of place were you staying on the island?
It was a yurt.
Okay. And
I want to stay in a yurt. Oh, that would be so cool.
were you staying with anyone?
I was by myself some of the time, and then Dr. Kipper was also in the yurt for some of the time.
And did the yurt have separate rooms?
Yes.
And would you typically eat with Mr. Depp?
Varied.
And what was when you were on the island, what was your role in terms of Mr. Depp's detox?
Medication management.
And what do you mean by medication management?
To administer medications.
And was Dr. Kipper the person who was prescribing the medications?
Yes.
As part of the medication management, did Mr. Depp get a bag of meds? You can answer to the extent you know.
Did I give Mr. Depp a bag of medications?
Either you or Dr. Kipper.
Not that I recall.
Staying on this last page for a second of Lloyd 4, the picture of looks like a pillbox, right?
Correct.
Would you have provided either Mr. Depp or Ms. Heard Mr. Depp's medications in a box like this?
Yes.
Okay, well, why don't we actually just take a break right for this moment? We've been about an hour. Take a, I don't know, 5-minute break. Is there any reason to believe where you wrote RN received text from fiance that that's not a text you received from Amber Heard?
No.
Lloyd Exhibit 5 is a chart of text messages we received from in a production from Mr. Depp. It is Depp 7819. You see the second entry, entry 131.
Yes.
Okay. And where in the third row, there's your name, and above that name is a phone number. Is that your phone number?
Yes.
And you would sometimes text a message with Mr. Depp too, correct?
Correct.
You see, it says in the body on that row 131, I will come by 80 within an hour to drop meds off just in case. How are you feeling? Your head back on straight. Do you see that?
I see that.
Okay. And this was a text you wrote to Mr. Depp?
According to this.
Do you recall as of around...
Okay. When they go on break, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. When they go on break. I don't know when that'll be. I thought it would be. Okay. Oh my God. It's going to be like 30 more minutes. Son of a bitch. I think we're right there. All right. 30 minutes.
More on my back right now. I'm fucking strong. If my arm is gangrenous, I would cut the fucker off. I'm threatened by the love I feel. I need to stop. Simple math. Do you recall receiving that text from Mr. Depp?
I don't recall. No, I don't recall receiving that.
Okay. Do you have any reason to believe you did not receive this text from Mr. Depp?
No.
If we go back to Exhibit 1, and if you can go to Kipper 101, and you see...
I want to give him a hug so bad. He's so tortured. This woman is hurting him. Damn. I don't know where. Anyway, fuck it.
Where it says 125 under September 22nd, 2014?
Yes.
Okay. And you wrote, RN received text from patient stating that he'd been in an argument with fiance, and she, quote, had a nasty freak out, end quote, and he would like RN to come give him some, quote, some fucking knockout yum yum. RN instructed patient to take PRN Neurontin 300 milligrams, PRN, and Seroquel 50 milligrams, and that RN was on her way over. You wrote that?
Yes.
Do you recall anything about what the nasty freak out that Mr. Depp was referring to about Amber?
I do not recall.
And then you see the note for 3:30 for September 22nd, 2014?
Yes.
Okay. And again, that's 3:30 in the morning, right?
Correct.
And you wrote, upon arriving at the home, patient was sitting in kitchen with scraped and bloody knuckles on right hand. Patient stated he punched whiteboard in kitchen after fight. Patient stated he'd been texting his friend explaining why he didn't show up to play music, and fiance got upset that he was not giving her enough support, and the fight escalated from there. You wrote
Wow.
No.
See what I'm saying?
According to this, yes.
She literally
You
tried to kill
recall
him.
going to Mr. Depp's home and seeing him with scraped and bloody knuckles on his right hand?
I do not recall.
Do you ever recall any incident where Mr. Depp had claimed he punched a whiteboard in the kitchen?
I do not.
Do you have any reason to believe where you wrote that upon arriving at the home, patient was sitting in kitchen with scraped and bloody knuckles on right hand? Would you have written that based on your observation of Mr. Depp?
Yes.
On Kipper 111, there's a highlighted note at 1930 for October 14th. Do you see that?
Oh, wait, 1 minute. Yes.
Okay. And you wrote, a patient finished filming and was extremely agitated leaving the set. Patient kicked in the door of his trailer and refused to speak to director. Patient was verbally aggressive to another person on the set. For no apparent reason. Per MD, patient is to take Xanax 2 milligrams to reduce his agitation at this time. You wrote that?
According to these notes, yes.
And were these notes based on your observation of Mr. Depp?
I don't recall.
Did you ever attend filming where Mr. Depp was filming?
Yes.
Where
you wrote patient kicked in the door of his trailer and refused to speak to
I
director.
mean, as long as you're
That's
going
based
to
on
give
your
him a
observation of Mr.
hug
Depp.
to make him feel
I don't recall.
better, you know, because
And then where you wrote patient was verbally aggressive.
If you're going to hug him because he's tortured, you can have it.
Aggressive to another person on the set, so no apparent reason. Do you recall what that's based on?
I do not.
Would it have been based on anything other than your observation of Mr. Depp?
I don't recall.
If you had been told that Mr. Depp was verbally aggressive, would you have written that in your note?
I don't recall.
And the note above it for 1630, you see that?
Yes.
You wrote RN and MD arrived on set to assess patient. So that's you and Dr. Kipper, correct?
Correct.
And you wrote patient appeared agitated and was short towards RN. You wrote that?
According to this, yes.
And where you wrote patient appeared agitated and was short towards RN, meaning Mr. Depp was short towards you, correct?
I don't remember.
That's what the note means, right? Is there a reason?
Yes.
Okay. And this note would have been based on your observation of Mr. Depp at the time, correct?
I don't remember.
And then you see under October 15th, there's another highlighted entry, correct?
Yeah.
And you wrote patient awake and states he slept from 2200 to 4:30. You see that?
Yes.
Patient continues to be agitated about work and is verbalizing having desire to escape with drugs. You wrote that?
It's in my notes.
And that would mean that you wrote that note, correct?
Correct.
And you would have written that note based off Mr. Depp telling you if you had a desire to escape with drugs, correct? I'm sorry, did you answer it?
Yes, I said I don't remember.
And this is Exhibit 8. More text between you and Mr. Depp. Feel free to look through it.
Okay.
Mr. Depp wrote, I'm all right, confused as fuck. She said nothing of last night, and most certainly not one thing of the rap party's existence. All the proof that I predicted last night. How will I look at her when she gets back professing her undying love? All a fucking lie. I for sure, unfortunately, wouldn't mind some company, but I've inundated you with too much already. Love, love, me. That's a text you received from Mr. Depp.
I don't recall.
Exhibit 9.
And this is more text between you and Mr. Depp, and you can take a look through. On November 11th, 2014,
I think
Mr.
that
Depp wrote, all good.
Got angry or attitude, got an attitude.
Read her text yet. I'm feeling so fucked. Why was she at the goddamn rap party until 5 a.m.? Did Aaron say anything? The lies are so clear now. They're making me nuts, wondering what was so interesting to keep her there that goddamn long. Please ask Aaron. I must have truth. I need it. It's not the easiest thing to do at this point, though it's been a shitty and painful experience. I cannot help but hear her voice begging and crying. She wants to change and is going to change, etc. Help. I don't know what's real and what's paranoid jealousy. You received that text from Mr. Depp?
I don't recall.
Or Johnny.
And you don't recall, do you recall ever Mr. Depp not feeling trust for Amber?
I don't recall.
While you were working with Mr. Depp, did he smoke marijuana?
I don't recall.
All
Do you recall
right,
if he
good
took
night,
any-
Brett.
If not smoked marijuana, ingested marijuana in any sort of way?
I don't recall.
Exhibit 10.
Can you think of another instance where there was a patient, without giving me the patient's name or information, where they were allowed to continue to take marijuana while detoxing from other drugs?
All the time.
I don't recall.
Exhibit 11 is Lloyd 2 through 5. Do you recall producing documents in this matter?
Good night, Red. Give the pillows some head and the sheets some ass. Have the sweetest dreams ever. Ricky and Muddy, Drunken Wizard, do you guys want to keep going for another, I guess, 20 minutes? Yeah. Weed just makes me want to sit here. Which is what I do. What do you guys want to do?
Yes.
Okay. And you produced text messages with Mr. Depp and with Ms. Heard?
Yes.
And this is a text message between you and Amber starting on December 26, 2014. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that you're in the text from you were the blue, correct?
Okay.
All right. You wrote, "Sorry to bother you. Is JD up? He has an important appointment at 2 p.m. and he isn't responding."
Yeah. No. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm getting kind of tired. And this has got a long while left, doesn't it? All right. I'll try to go. I'll try to get to the break.
To me, hope you guys had a beautiful
Are
Christmas.
you going to?
Amber wrote,
Why are
"Hey there."
you up
Yes,
so
he is.
sick?
He's opening presents with Lily Rose. What appointment is he being picked up? Who's Lily Rose?
Johnny's daughter.
Did you ever see Mr. Depp super stoned when you were working with him?
I don't recall.
Does that mean that you never saw him stoned, or you just don't recall one way or the other?
I don't recall one way or another.
Do you know who the wit is?
Amber's sister.
Okay. Do you recall any time where Mr. Depp seemed confused about something that had occurred?
I don't.
Did you ever recall Mr. Depp wondering if he and Amber had a fight or if he was dreaming?
I don't recall.
Do you recall Mr. Depp ever not taking the medications he was prescribed?
Yes.
Did you recall Mr. Depp
What comment?
sometimes potentially doubling the medications that he was prescribed?
I recall thinking that at times.
Did you believe that Mr. Depp wanted to detox off of drugs? What was your answer?
Yes.
And how did Mr. Depp show you that?
It was on his own free will that he hired us to be with him.
And then did Mr. Depp have any relapses with drugs when you were working with him?
I don't recall.
They tried to shadow
Did you recall
ban
Mr. Depp,
me.
when working with him, ever take cocaine?
They tried to shadow ban me.
Not that you necessarily saw him, but that you understood that he took cocaine.
I never saw Mr. Depp use cocaine.
Did you have any understanding that Mr. Depp took cocaine, whether you saw it or not?
I don't recall.
Did you administer drug tests to Mr. Depp?
In the beginning.
Did you see the results of the drug tests?
Yes.
Did you see Mr. Depp being positive for taking cocaine?
I don't recall.
Do you recall accompanying Mr. Depp to Australia?
Oh, maybe she
And you recall accompanying
deleted
Mr. Depp to
it.
Australia in around March of...
Maybe she deleted it really fast.
2015?
I don't remember dates.
Do you recall accompanying Mr. Depp to Australia when he was filming Pirates of the Caribbean 5?
I do.
Where were you staying in Australia in relation to Mr. Depp?
Distance-wise,
Yeah, how far away were you from him?
about 30 minutes
Okay. Where was Mr. Depp staying?
in a rental house,
And where were you staying?
in an apartment.
And what city were you in?
I don't recall the name.
Okay. And was Dr. Kipper there with you?
He came and went.
Did you fly to Australia with Mr. Depp?
Sometimes I did, and other times
Well,
I flew on a
maybe I'm
Do you
wrong.
recall talking to Dr.
But I think
Blaustein
she
about
already
Mr.
went
Depp
back.
in Australia?
I do not.
Do you recall Mr.
We'll
Depp
find
not
out
doing very
tomorrow.
well while he was in Australia? As of March 1st, 2015.
I don't recall anything around that time.
Do you have an understanding as to what Mr. Depp was doing with Marilyn Manson?
I do not.
Did you ever tell Dr. Kipper that Mr. Depp was doing
What
what he
is-
wants with Marilyn Manson?
They want
I
to
don't recall.
bring Marilyn Manson into this so
Do you recall
bad.
Marilyn Manson being in Australia with Mr. Depp?
I do not.
I wish Marilyn.
It says Debbie is
Manson
worried and
was
somewhat
in
exhausted.
Australia.
Do you recall being exhausted while in Australia and working with Mr. Depp?
I do not.
Do you have any reason to believe that what Dr. Kipper wrote is not true?
I do not.
We can take this down. And go back to Exhibit 1. And if we could go to Kipper 157. You see 3715?
I do.
Okay. Before I ask, you recall how long you were in Australia with Mr. Depp?
No, however long the filming of Pirates was.
Okay. And at 3715 and 1130, you wrote, MD received a text message from client that he'd been arguing with wife and that he had cut his finger. According to patient, his assistant and security were on their way to pick him up. You wrote that?
According to my notes, yes.
Is there any reason to believe you didn't write that note?
No.
Okay. Do you recall Dr. Kipper receiving a text message from Mr. Depp about Mr. Depp cutting his finger?
I don't. I'm just what this note says.
Do you recall going to Mr. Depp's house after learning that he had cut his finger?
Yes.
What do you recall about that?
That we went to the house and I actually, I don't even think I went in at first. Dr. Kipper went in and he had cut his finger and we took him to the emergency room where his finger had been cut.
Do you recall what the house looked like when you went in?
Yes.
What did the house look like?
It was a mess.
Hey, can you describe how it was a mess?
I don't remember details, but I remember there was some writing on the wall and I remember a smashed TV.
Do you remember what any of the writing said on the wall?
I do not.
Did you, and you said you recalled the smashed TV?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall, was Amber in the house?
I don't recall.
Do you recall seeing Amber that day?
No, I don't recall.
Do you recall what rooms you went through of the house, Mr. Depp's house?
I remember looking for his finger in the downstairs area.
Oh. We were talking about you earlier, Sal. You should sit in the yellow chair.
And what was in the downstairs area? Or what rooms were in the downstairs area?
It was like a pool table entertainment room.
Did you look anywhere else around the house?
I don't recall.
What was the pool table?
Well, I appreciate your apology. Thank you. Were you drunk? Or are you going to be worse today? I want to apologize for yesterday, but I'm going to fuck you all up today. Man, please don't be like that. That would be so funny if you were, but then you get booted again. And that would suck. So what do you know about this Johnny Depp trial? It's amazing. And did you check out my live stream, my Bible live stream? So, you know, you would see my version of religion because it's the best. Anyway, you took some Xanax. Oh, stay away from that shit. That shit's worse than Ambien. Man, Xanax is bad. It's a bad drug. It's a bad drug.
Entertainment room. Was that a mess?
I don't recall.
Man, you should smoke some weed instead. You want to hit this joint? You could hit this joint. It's not even a sherm. It's a regular joint.
Do you recall going into the kitchen of the house?
Xannies are a bad thing. If you don't need to take it, don't.
I don't recall.
Even if you need to take it, take something else.
Do you recall finding Mr. Depp's finger?
I did not.
Do you know who found Mr. Depp's finger?
Yes.
Who?
Ben.
Ben who?
I don't remember his last name.
Who was Ben in relation to Mr. Depp?
He's like our house manager.
Look, Xanax is one of those anagram or palindrome things. I don't know, but it's spelled the first way and the last way the same way. That's so cool. But Xanax are shit. Smoke some weed instead.
Do you recall where the finger was found?
What is that called? That's an anagram, right? When it's the same way front and back. That's so cool. I just learned something. Ha ha.
I do not.
Do you recall if Mr. Depp appeared to have dirt, grime, and paint on his hands?
Yes, he did.
Okay. I can't pay attention to that anymore. Yeah. Because I can't pay attention. Okay. What are we doing in life? We're doing this in life. So, Sal, where you at? Are you Better Call Sal? Better Call Sal. Isn't that his name? He's the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. I think I saw that show once. I don't remember. Anyway, do you want to smoke a joint? I want to smoke a joint. It's a good time. Where'd Sal go? Did he disappear? He disappeared. Dude. My butt cheek itches, but if I itch it, it's going to look really weird. Sweet. Are you smoking poison pecker? Please don't smoke. I'm going to try to get Dustin to bring me this weekend. Will that one really big one be ready this weekend? Because, man, I want Dustin to see that and smoke it. Because then he would buy some. Yeah, it's a good time. So. Oh, well, I hope he didn't dip. Because I literally. There's two people watching. So maybe he's one of them. And look, Sal. Sal, Better Call Sal. Hey, yeah. Sal, You were, uh, you're okay. You want to be the family. You don't have to sit in the yellow chair. That yellow chair is actually for Ornan. Ornan from Connecticut. He's a cool guy. He's our angry uncle. He shit on my channel once and reported me. That was really terrible. Yeah. It was really terrible. Don't do that to my channel, please. I have a good time. We all have a good time. But I want to smoke this joint before I go to bed. Bigfoot. Is that any good? And the weed I planted ain't doing shit. Because I thought I could grow some weed. It turned into a boy and it's dying. So it turns out I cannot grow weed. No, I wish Sal would come back. No, Sal should come back because, we don't gotta be mean to each other. Even if we're taking Xanax. Well, I'm not taking Xanax. I'd rather choke on fucking feces and take a Xanax. But some people Xanax is really good for. But not for trolling channels of good people. Well, I'm not the best people, but I'm a decent people, I think. I am the bad guy in somebody's story. Actually, I know I'm the bad guy. Poison pepper looks like it's dipped in sugar. Yeah, that's because I'm fucking amazing. And awesome things always happen to me. And you know what? If you guys can, flip it out the door and get some dollars for it, then do it. But I don't think your mom flips things for dollars. So I don't even know why I said that. Dude, I can't wait to share it with people I know. Be like, do you want some poison pecker? And then people will be like, I do not want an STD. And I'll be like, you want this STD, believe me. Man, I already have it planned out what I'm going to say. But I've been planning out what I'm going to say before I even had some. So it's going to be a dream come true. Literally. Stupid dream come true. It does seriously help with mental health. But other times it doesn't help at all. And you're just like, weed, you need to work. But it doesn't. Damn, where'd Sal go? He left, because now it's only you watching Ricky. Man. I bet he's ready to try it. I'm ready to try it, and I've only seen pictures of it. But anyway, I do have to go to bed. It's midnight. And I think Dustin might be waiting up for me, which is fun. Anyway, I love you. My cousin, I love you. So go give your pillow some head and your sheets some ass. Yeah. And that is an amazing thing. I can't believe. But I think he's the one that subscribed. So he might have just subscribed to apologize. Let's look. No. He still stayed subscribed. That's amazing. He stayed and still subscribed. That is a really cool dude. I just, he was a little bit like the angry uncle, but the angry uncle never apologized. But that Sal did. I wonder why. I wonder what we said that made him rethink what he did. Hold on, I want to have a psychological conversation. Man, what got in his head? That is such a nice thing. I can't get over it. I can't wait to tell Dustin. A troll actually apologized. That is really awesome. We are really good people. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't think too much into it. What do you think? Maybe it was just a fly by night thing. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that answer. All right. I'm out of here, Ricky. I love you so much. Goodbye.